By all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its tiny little wings are too small to lift its big fat body off the ground. But the bee does not care. That being said, welcome back to the Honey Song.
All right.
I'm feeling cursed tonight, boys.
So this is the Honey Song. It's been a couple seasons since we've last played it. We did our spring one, we did a summer one, and then we skipped fall and winter for a lot of stuff that was going on last year. And it's back to springtime. So everyone's rabbits are a little bit older. Some people are going to be playing new rabbits. But we're still in the Between Burrow, which is a little rabbit burrow that's founded by rabbits kind of in the middle of a meadow next to a forest, a highway, and a farm. And it's got a little stream next to it. And it's where the rabbits would stop in the middle of their journey to the final burrow, which we learned is in a cherry orchard in the next farm over. So that's just a little recap to get everyone back to speed. It's spring, the bees are coming out, the Honey Song is starting, and we've got new characters to introduce. Anyone like to go first?
Do we want to introduce the one that's still the same first, or introduce them last?
Sure, Reese, go ahead and recap yours, because yours is the same.
Okay, so I am playing the rabbit Dewdrop. So Dewdrop is a buck. He's still would be considered pretty young, but he's like fully grown. Lean body. His fur is like spots of what they call blue, but it's like a silverish kind of color, gray and black. Hence why his name's Dewdrop. Is looks like little like drops of water will break up his otherwise sleek black coat. He has just one ear from a childhood accident because he's an idiot. A scar on his butt for our listeners who don't know from fighting a fox and somehow surviving.
That's in the past.
Which, by the way, you can buy the eye for an eye, butt for a butt merch on our Redbubble.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also missing an eye from, I think, trying to fight a cat, and this one lost, to my knowledge.
To be fair, that cat was also missing an eye, so...
it do for do. And this is just one determined idiot rabbit that just won't die. And that's Dewdrop. For those of you who are new or recurring, he's still here.
He's still here. I can go next.
Yeah, yours has a connection to the last ones as well.
Yeah. I am now playing Olive. She is the mate of my previous character, Bramble. They're, in human terms, newlyweds. They just had their first litter. They're very young, and she is taking her first day off from being a mother while Bramble stays home to be a stay-at-home dad for the day.
Nice.
She is a kind of light brown mixed with, blends of darker brown in her, in some very, very long, luscious fur. And she's got, these medium ears, longer than Bramble's, but, not super long. And, yeah.
I still think long-haired rabbits just look like guinea pigs with rabbit ears. Someone put a little headband of rabbit ears on a guinea pig and called it a rabbit.
I mean, they kind of do. All of our rabbit lover listeners are...
I probably offended so many.
Are many, many rabbit avid fans.
Moving on. Riley, you also are making a new character. You kind of made it begrudgingly.
No, I didn't make it begrudgingly.
Okay.
I just, you said that you wanted to have a good rotation of different rabbits, and so I was like, all right, I'll go make another one.
Okay.
So, today I won't be playing Clover, who is a large rock cleverly disguised as a rabbit. Today, instead, I'm going to be playing Cherry, which is kind of like if the evil anti-opposite Clover came in from the Nega universe.
Oh no.
Cherry is a small, wiry rabbit with kind of reddish-brown fur, really long, pointed-up ears that are always kind of really alert and twitching. Cherry is remarkably small, but is very, very fast and is kind of a he's a runner, but he's also a smart boy. He's a little bit shrewd, one might say, looking at the names of the stats in this game.
I just realized your move where you can't fail on a bolt.
I can't lose a race. I can't roll bad on running. I'm fast. I'm the Flash. No one can kill me, because I will be in the next state when they try.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah,
kind of the polar opposite.
getting back into the swing of the Warren rules and play style. I get to start off by asking you guys some questions.
How dare
Oh
you?
yeah.
Yep.
How
been a
dare
while.
you?
What?
Yeah. So, what stories have been collected as rabbits travel through the Between Burrow to the next one? And you don't all have to answer again. We just kind of, if anyone has an idea, you can throw it out there.
I'm definitely think, just because of Dewdrop's just entire look, because he's an idiot, that there's probably just talks around about not exactly a ninja rabbit, because they don't know what ninjas really are, but there's this rabbit somehow that just keeps going, because they don't talk about Dewdrop, they don't talk to him and realize he's a complete idiot, so they think he's just this scarred, with a tragic backstory. Because they don't know.
So, the next burrow over hears that this legendary rabbit warrior.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Because they don't, from the Between Burrow, because no one ever thought to actually talk to him for 5 minutes.
Oh no.
He's probably out doing hero stuff all the time.
Can I go off of your story, Reese? I think going along with that, there's just been tales of heroes from this place, because Bramble also did something like that, where he doesn't have the scars from it because he was protected as a kid, but he tells these heroic stories of him kicking the owl's ass and the fox's ass and stuff. And also the grandma was dope as hell, so he's telling stories of the grandma. So I think all these burrows around, as the story kind of telephones itself across all of these burrows, they're just they're creating a heroic war race over
Yeah,
that
you
burrow.
know what? Because Bramble was a baby when you first made the characters, so he's grown up with this. I think he's become kind of the storyteller for the Between Burrow.
Huh.
Someone needs a historian to kind of
Yeah.
remember things that have happened and tell them to the next generations. Let's see. So, it is spring. The bees are coming out of hibernation again. Lots of other animals have gone out of hibernation. Rabbits don't hibernate, but they do kind of slow down a lot of their movements in the winter. Their food changes to mostly bark and kind of more wood-based, plant-based diet. But now that it's spring, food's going to be coming back again. What other changes have happened since last summer, I suppose?
The in-between burrow has gotten kind of smaller. A good deal of rabbits have moved to the final burrow at this point and moved kind of deeper into the cherry orchard. And so the in-between burrow, well, it's kind of gaining fame, and it's not dying or anything, but it hasn't grown in terms of numbers or anything, and maybe is even smaller than it was before, as more rabbits look for a safer place and head over to the final burrow.
All right. I'm gonna add on to that. There have been rumors of another burrow possibly being founded in the area by a different pack of rabbits, not the ones that pass through and are kind of like your general family lines. So even though yours is pretty small, with another one being so close, there might be some territorial issues there.
Also, I can't imagine the final burrow likes them, because they're like, we're the last one that'll ever be needed. And then, like, a year or two later, some more rabbits are like, but what about one more? And they're like, no, we're the last one. We're the final burrow.
You can't be the final burrow.
Yeah, you can't do that. And they're like, well, we're hanging out.
You can't be the just-in-case burrow.
What has this generation come to?
Unbelievable.
Kids these days with their newfangled burrows.
Unbelievable. No respect.
Yeah, with that, we could do some more NPC questions if you wanted, or, which would just be like, are there any other rabbits that you like to hang out with in the Between Burrow, or what new rabbits are visiting? If you want to come up with any of those.
All I can think of is that there is this new rabbit that has come in, and Dewdrop's like just kind of over the moon for her, trying to be all
Oh my gosh.
she's super fluffy and all
A
that.
nice love interest.
Can I add to that real quick? Because a thing I forgot to mention was Cherry is from the final burrow. And came down to the in-between burrow, actually.
Okay.
Is it you?
But
No, Cherry.
But so I probably came down with the fluffy rabbit. That
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you traveled
Okay.
together.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of Cherry's sisters.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Let's call her. Well, I was gonna call her Peach, but I don't know.
Something redder.
I mean, do it.
Rose?
Oh, I like Rose.
Rosette, maybe?
Ooh, Rosette. I like that.
Yeah, Rosette. Dewdrop is like over the moon, trying so hard. He's trying so hard, and he's trying. That's all you can give
It's
him.
not working out for him.
What's Cherry's personality?
Cherry is, kinda shifty.
Kind of
honestly.
shifty?
Cherry is
Because
kinda
I'm thinking
shifty.
Rosette is a very pretty rabbit, and Rosette's kind of that, like, lazy type pretty, where she's like,
Aw.
she doesn't want to do much, she just kind of wants to groom herself all day, and
You mean your cat?
yes.
Yeah, I believe you're describing a cat. Cherry's
True.
sister is a cat.
She's adopted.
She's adopted. Cherry found a kitten and has been trying to raise it to be
Is that what we're going with, or is that just
Riley,
joking?
you have to stop this because if you don't stop, it will become canon.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. Okay, so we got some other rabbits. And so we can get back into the actual game. Are you guys away or at the burrow right now?
I'm gonna say burrow.
Yeah.
Y'all are at the burrow?
Yeah. It makes the most sense. If Cherry came down from somewhere, like, yeah.
So is Cherry just like recently arrived then?
Yeah, I think Cherry and Rosette have probably just come down from the final burrow. Probably to look into the heckin' final burrow +1 over there. Messing with our branding. How dare they? They probably want to look into that.
Yeah, so what are you guys doing right now then?
I'm gonna say, if it's springtime, Dewdrop is probably in the, like, soaking up some of that sun, because while he isn't old, because of his injuries, his body aches at times, so he just stretches out in the sun. It feels nice. His one ear and his one eye, complete opposite sides too, are just kind of like clipped. Kind of just lazing about.
Dewdrop's got like that old veteran thing of like how during certain times certain bones will start to hurt again.
That's just me all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think because it's Olive's day off from being a mom, she's like trying to stroll and take her time and enjoy the scenery and stuff, but also she's still in that new mom mode where she like has this internal need to do things and fix things. So she's just like going around helping people and then stopping, going for a little bit of a stroll, seeing another person in need, going to help them.
She's trying so hard.
Yeah, Riley, what do you think Cherry is doing right now?
At this very moment?
Mhm.
I don't know, being a creep, probably. Like, snooping around, looking into stuff that is none of his business. He's probably like, hey, what's that grass doing over there? And everyone's like, that's Terry's grass. And he's like, let me just take a little look at that. They're like, no, it's Terry's grass. What are you doing? That's crazy. But he's gone. He's in Terry's grass now.
I think Rosette is kind of following along behind you. She's out looking at flowers. So she's hopping around, kind of like following at a decent like length behind you, just kind of milling here and there. And I'd say Dewdrop, you could probably see the two of them going around, and maybe Olive too. I think you all are above ground. You're in a decent area close to each other.
Yeah.
How does Dewdrop react seeing this gorgeous rabbit?
Good question. He kind of like opens his one functioning eye and then kind of lifts his head up a bit. And then he tries, you know that thing where they stretch trying to show themselves off, but like...
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, he just like big like stretch and then kind of sits up a bit. Probably just tries to paw his one ear.
Strokes it back like hair.
That's honestly like the first reaction would be that.
Okay. Rosette's kind of hopping around with her nose, kind of like in the grass and the flowers, hopping around, sniffing them, maybe nibbling on a few. And she actually gets a little close to you and is like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there lying in the sunlight. Hope I didn't get in your way.
Not at all whatsoever. May I get your name?
Oh, my name's Rosette.
Nice to meet you, Rosette. I'm Dewdrop.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Dewdrop. I'm new to the area with my brother Cherry.
That's the one hopping around, yes?
Yes. He likes running around here and there.
Cherry pauses, looks up from Terry's grass, eyes both of you, eyes narrow, lowers back down into Terry's grass.
I am so upset because the voice you just did for Rosette is exactly the voice that I was going to be doing for Olive, and now I'm like, God dang it, now I have to think of a different
We can have two Southern Belle accents. It's fine.
It's not a big deal. You're country rabbits. I also like the implication that there, of all of these different, like, very, like, storybook rabbit names, there's just a rabbit named Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you see Riley's previous character, Terry,
It's like-
lean up out of the grass?
This rabbit just
His
like,
little mech.
Terry's a little weird. I mean, you could tell from the name, right? Yeah, it's a weird name, Terry. What's that even from?
What is that?
Is it like a terrier dog? Why'd someone name him after like?
They
Terry.
say he learned how to read from the two legs. Terry just, like, knows how to do math.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my! Terry's a pet rabbit that escaped.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why he has the name Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now we know.
I'm gonna add this rabbit to the NPC list real quick. He's not at the Between Burrow, but
Not right now. He's away for a bit.
yeah.
That's why Cherry can get into his grass.
No, I think that's when like Olive comes over to Cherry and is like, "Oh, well, that's Terry's grass. I don't. You're not really allowed to be in there, sir. Hello.
I heard you just fine.
That's not your grass, sir.
But Terry doesn't know, won't hurt him.
But Terry will know.
Not if you keep your mouth shut.
Oh,
Oh, if a rabbit could pull up her cartoon sleeve, she's about to kick your ass.
I feel like when that Dewdrop knows that, he goes, "Excuse me, Rosette, I have to go, de-escalate a situation." It took him a moment, like,
No. I'm just about done here anyway. Rosette, come on, we gotta look at something else.
okay. As long as there's flowers, I can go and eat.
Yeah, you tell me about those flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not done looking.
and then, Dewdrop, as that happened, goes, "I had hoped to see you again, Rosette."
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Ah, come on, Cherry. There's no need to be mean.
Not being mean, I'm guessing.
I gotta say, we're never gonna get out of these accents. So, yeah.
Do y'all mind if I ask what y'all are doing here?
Investigating?
May I ask what you're investigating?
You have eyes, don't you?
For investigating you?
Well, I'm investigating these flowers over here.
Investigating?
You sure are, Rosette.
She, like, smiles and buries her head in some clover flowers.
Cherry fully pats Rosette.
This is why Rosette is perfect for Dewdrop. Thank you very much.
Investigating?
And Dewdrop goes, now. Oh, Cherry, yes. What Olive was trying to ask was, what in particular, since you two are new to the Between Burrow?
Look, it's just we down at the final burrow have heard some he takes a long sip of water. He swirls a martini glass.
There's just like a plant next to him with some like dew collected in it. He just leans over.
He takes a long drag of Terry's grass.
Oh, Terry's grass is the special kind of grass, is it?
Oh,
No, it absolutely is not.
it's catnip.
He like pauses and he goes, "We are looking into some disturbing rumors coming down the line that your little burrow has multiplied into two, and some new rabbits have moved in and started their own little group just down the way, which is concerning for a multitude of reasons. But we're just here to look into this little development and let's say guess about how it's going to go. And from what I can see here from your grass gestures, probably won't be too long before the neighbors come and ask to, let's say, borrow some land."
But that's Terry's grass.
Yes, as I'm sure you love to remind everyone. But it won't be Terry's grass for long when the New kids on the block. I keep wanting to use phrases that rabbits wouldn't know or have
It's
any
fine.
context for. It's
This
fine.
is all translated from Rabbit, so
When the new rabbits, come on in, let me tell you, the first thing to go, Terry's grass.
Oh, now, don't be as ridiculous. Olive, don't stress her out. She's a new mother.
Second thing to go,
What?
Now you keep my children out of this. I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna kick your butt. You get your butt over here. You turn around right now.
oh my Cherry, I think you better apologize.
I'm not going to do anything to the kids. I don't care. But, how does a warren grow? How does a burrow get bigger? New rabbits.
Riley, I would like to make a possible suggestion for the background of Cherry and Rosette. And that is, given that the final burrow is in a cherry orchard, I don't think just any rabbit could be named Cherry. So, is it possible that you might be descendant of the chieftain, and that's why you were sent over?
I don't know. I do think that Cherry and Rosette were probably sent down to look into the matter and probably stir up distrust between the two groups, because ideally what the final burrow would want is for both of those groups of rabbits to be absorbed into them, and they all move into the final burrow, which so the last thing they want is some new rabbits coming in, taking territory and rabbits away from them, which is kind of why they're concerned and why they've sent this little jerk down here.
Yeah, but I do feel like Cherry probably has some reputation from home, being such an auspiciously named rabbit for...
Sure. I don't want him to be rabbit royalty.
No?
Exactly.
What if he's the equivalent of Dewdrop? He's the folk hero from the...
Yeah, he's because we've established the boy is fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that could be it.
Okay.
He's like a runner or a scout they send down.
You're the Apollo of the gods over here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That makes Dewdrop Aries.
Rosette lifts her head up and she's like, yeah, my brother's real special over at the final burrow, and they sent him on this very important mission to come down here. And I wanted to tag along because I hear this place is very nice in the springtime.
It's not that I'm special. You're special, Rosette. I'm just smarter and faster than everyone else.
Well, thank you so much, brother.
Anything for you, Rosette. Pat, pat.
Dewdrop is well, we are also here pretty special, and from what I've gathered, if you're that worried about the new burrow coming up, that might mean the final burrow is not as stable as it likes to present itself.
Oh, I wouldn't say worried so much as advising you to be worried. Like I said, they'll be coming for you first, but the final burrow, we're sitting pretty.
Well, why don't we just take you over to the new burrow and so that we can get you out of our burrow and you can go handle that?
Honestly, not a bad idea. I've pretty much surveyed everything I'm gonna survey.
What was it exactly that Papa said? Not Papa, but the chieftain. He said something about the final burrow being the only one that rabbits ever need.
That's why it's called the final burrow.
Uh-huh.
It's the greatest and the last. We've perfected it. Don't need any more.
What about when the tree dies?
We have more than one tree.
What about when all the trees die?
Oh, please.
Actually, I think this is a great moment since Olive is thinking about it. Jamie, would you like to introduce your character's special move?
Sure. Seer. When you have a vision of things to come, ask everyone at the table to contribute a single word about your vision. Describe your vision, taking care to include those words. The GM may ask you additional questions about it, and then they will incorporate your vision into the fiction. So, y'all give me a word.
Do you think I get? I don't know if I contribute a word.
I
think
don't
it's just,
know because you're the GM.
I'm making an executive decision with all the powers invested in me, which is none, to say that you get a word.
I was thinking we could do it with the amount of NPCs as well, so because you're playing a major character in this scene.
So anyone in the area.
Yeah, so everyone gets a word. Okay. Loss.
Ooh.
Lost?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
.png.
I was just thinking that.
Whoa, it upgraded to PNG now? It was JPEG. Everyone, you heard it here first, folks. Lost.jpg has now been upgraded to lost.png. It's transparent now.
Lost.gov.
Stop!
Lost.gov? It got a website?
Oh.
Government-sponsored website!
Why is the government funding this website?
For pedocomics, have really taken
Lost.co.uk.
Okay. I want my word to be farmer. We haven't seen that dude.
It's true. We talk about him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I want my word to be... This is a hard one. Lemongrass.
Ooh.
Lemongrass. I had a plan until you threw in lemongrass.
Well, you did say you wanted them to be weird.
It's true. Where do I put the lemongrass in this?
You know how, like, you're dreaming and there's just this random thing that doesn't make sense in the dream?
Yeah.
I just realized that's literally just like Olive's looking around, she's picking up on these, like, energies from Cherry and Dewdrop, and then she, like, turns over to read the energy from Rosette, and she just gets lemongrass.
Okay. Okay. I got a plan. So, this is all happening. It's like banging around ideas going on in Olive's head, and she just kind of like blacks out for a moment. And for everyone else in this burrow, the in-between burrow, they're kind of used to it. This happens occasionally, but I bet it's pretty weird for Cherry and Rosette. Well, maybe not Rosette. Rosette's fine. But
I don't
for
think
Cherry,
Rosette's paying that much attention.
yeah. But she just kind of like zones out to Cherry, and she starts seeing this vision of she sees this farmer reach up and pick a cherry from a tree, and he looks at it and then puts it into a basket, and then the camera moves back and there's another farmer, exactly the same. It looks like copy and pasted. They both at the same time reach up, pick a cherry, like the exact same clip, look at it, put it in the basket, and it pans out again. Copy and paste farmer, pans out again, more of them, and it's just copy and paste millions of farmers across this field of trees, each of them at the exact same time going up to pick a cherry, look at it, put it in a basket, in this eerily slow manner, until the camera pans back to this hill where there's a single rabbit watching all of this happen, and he leans down to eat some lemongrass, and it cuts out. And she shakes her head back into the real time. She's like, oh, I dare say I had another vision.
Now, I have a question. Has the Between Burrow have had much interaction with humans? Because unlike the final burrow, which is quite literally in a cherry orchard, the Between Burrow is kind of just in a meadow near a farm. There's some farm animals that will go through,
Yeah.
but
I think we determined in the first episode that we've never had physical interaction with humans, but we have seen them from afar, like occasionally when they come out to tend to the animals and stuff. But like never a lot.
They've seemed to know what they are, like from a distance.
but
Yeah.
probably just take them as like big predators or something.
Yeah. Because they don't seem dangerous, so it'd be the equivalent of like seeing a cow in a field.
Yeah, except they know what cows are.
Big and you don't want to go near it.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. And another thing we did is with the cars, that was like ooh.
Ooh, that was dangerous. That was
Yeah.
spooky.
But I don't think they attributed the cars to humans.
No.
No.
They're just like, they're two separate creatures, and the cars are most definitely
Yeah.
predators.
Yes.
They didn't know what an owl was, so...
That's fair. Well, the babies didn't know what an owl was.
Yeah. Your character knew what an owl was.
Because Clover had met and dealt with that owl before. But I don't know if that was like societal knowledge or if that was Clover being like, I have
Oh my god.
beef
He's back.
with that guy.
Clover off on the other side of the field.
Do you think as Clover gets older, he just gets even slower?
No.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I absolutely do think that.
No.
He just like hangs out with some turtle, like
The turtle is faster.
Yeah.
probably. Surprisingly, turtles are actually kind of fast.
Yeah,
More than you would think.
Yeah.
they can be fast when they want.
Yeah, so Olive just had this vision.
Cherry just saw Olive just like conk out for a moment.
It's like the math face meme of just like
Yeah.
4 shots of Cherry like looking in vaguely different directions, gears turning, equations flying across
Lost
his head.
Farmer, lemongrass, question mark, question mark,
As
question
he's
mark.
like trying to figure out like why Olive just zoned out for 5 minutes.
I think that is what, like, those words that you guys all chose are what she says out loud, and that's all that gets out while she's having the vision.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like, she just, like, gasps, lost. Farmer.
I think it's more of like a dissociated mumble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rosette she notices a little bit because, you know, you stop talking for a bit. And Rosette looks over and she's like, oh my, Olive, do you think you might be having too much sun?
It's hard to say. This happens occasionally. I'm still not sure what from. Happens when my body gets all hot and my heartbeat goes up.
So wait, that just happens to you?
Oh, yes. This happens frequently. We've learned to just take it in stride.
Gives me a lot to think about.
Cherry stores that in his files.
If Cherry could take notes, Cherry would be taking notes.
Cherry quietly opens his briefcase, pulls out a dossier, adds to it, closes dossier, puts it into a briefcase, closes briefcase.
Takes a big whiff of a cigar.
Does Olive describe the vision, or does she keep it to herself? Because
I
is this, like, normally something she would share, or is this just like, oh, it's a weird dream I have while I'm awake?
Yeah, I think for the most part she views them as just weird daydreams. Because since they're so weird and vague, none of them have really like openly come to pass. Maybe like in a weird coincidence way, something will happen. She's like, oh, I thought I had a weird daydream about that yesterday. That's weird. But nothing like big or extravagant has happened that's exactly like a vision that she had. So she's just like, I have a very creative mind.
Bramble, your wife is Bramble.
I love Olive.
I think we need to have a talk.
Bramble's a storyteller and he likes outgoing women, okay?
He probably just likes using her her visions as stories.
That's true, yeah.
She's his muse.
Yes. I love it.
Cursed.
Anyway, sorry about that. Had a vision of farmers.
What's a farmer?
You know what a farmer is.
Oh,
You live in a
okay.
cherry orchard. That's
You
well
live in a cherry
maintained. Yeah.
Let me take that one again. Oh, weird.
Hold on, rewind.
A worm?
Oh, where?
So are y'all gonna need an escort to the other burrow?
Well, if you know where it is, I'm sure that a little guidance wouldn't hurt.
Absolutely, immediately. Dewdrop is like, I need to stretch out these legs anyway. Been a bit since I've been out and about. As he, like, again, trying to show off, you know.
Olive just like smacks your shoulder.
Cherry smacks his other shoulder.
He looks at you and he points like his one ear at Cherry and goes, you don't touch me. We're not there yet.
I think there should be
Olive's allowed to.
there ought to be a general no touching rule that we all abide by, don't you think?
Olive squints at you.
I think that's mighty bold considering the man that was in Terry's grass, so.
For investigative purposes.
Don't think I won't come over there and kick your ass if you don't keep your mouth shut.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh!
Yeah, you have to catch up to him.
Now don't you come back again!
When the camera cuts back to Cherry, Cherry is in a Mercedes-Benz.
So far, the other burrow has just been a rumor, so do you guys know where it is?
Cherry has heard about it, but Cherry doesn't know where it is, which is why he is willing to allow Dewdrop and Olive to show him the way.
Yeah.
So then I'd like to say absolutely not. Just Dewdrop's gonna fake it till he makes it.
Nice. He didn't want to say I don't know in front of Rosette.
Exactly.
Could I roll pay attention to,
Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
maybe have heard where it was, or maybe had a vision in the past of where it might be?
Sure.
Rolling 2d6s, it's been a while. That's a 7. A 7 to 9, hold 1. Let's see. What here is the greatest danger to me? What will happen if I stay still? Where can I flee to? Are they telling the truth? What do they wish I'd do? How could I get directions to the secret burrow?
You also have to mention a sense, like how you're paying attention with one of your 5 senses. Or your 6th sense, I suppose.
Could I do my 6th sense? Because if not, I'll choose one of the other 5.
Yeah, let's go with one of the other 5.
Okay.
Though in the future, I think if you choose your 6th sense, we'll have to do another vision for that.
Okay. I would say probably hearing of just, like, all the rumors that she's had and kind of, like, try to piece them together to find, like, where would the probable location be.
Okay. So how could I get to the other burrow, I suppose?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you haven't seen them yourselves, but every once in a while, some of the rabbits that might go a little further out, have been telling of they've been seeing other stranger rabbits, which is where these rumors have come from. So I'd say this is kind of, across the meadow, along the edge of the forest, but thankfully not through it.
Okay.
It's a little ways away, but it is like, you know, with the way that burrows tend to tunnel outwards, it would be encroaching on your territory of food eventually.
Okay. So yeah, Olive steps up and she's like, well, I think I can figure out where it is. I know generally, but we could take you in that direction.
Excellent. Do that.
Do that.
Now, what do you say first? And Dewdrop kind of is looking, maybe even at Rosette, hopefully she'll have the manners to say something.
You're right. I'm so sorry. Quickly do that.
Olive smacks him.
I dodge. With my lightning fast reflexes. I do a backflip.
Roll bolt. Which doesn't actually matter unless you roll, like...
Super low.
Yeah.
Yep, okay, that is a 10.
Yeah, you quickly got it out of the way.
Dewdrop kind of just goes up to Rosette and goes, well, unlike your brother, I was hoping if you might be able to come up with a word. It's just a little polite thing, such as yourself.
I immediately place myself between Dewdrop and Rosette.
No, you have to shoulder me through that. I have come right up. You bolted. You have to basically move me.
I am running around. I zoom between you.
Okay. So I want to do a compete between Cherry and Dewdrop.
Yes.
So the way we determined compete is you both choose a number in your head 1 to 6, and then you tell it to each other. Whichever one is higher wins, and then you choose, choose a value from one of the two, and both of you take that much panic. If they're both the same, no one wins, and you both take panic equal to the same.
So I could literally die doing this.
If you chose a really high number.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to take a high number.
Wild. Okay.
But again, if you take a low number, you might not win, so that's the give or take here.
And I take the panic no matter what.
But you get to choose which panic, which you'd probably, depending on your health, you would choose for the other person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I could say, 6, but then put it on Dewdrop and kill Dewdrop?
You would say 6, and then if Dewdrop said, 3, you could choose 3 for both of you.
Okay.
Instead of 6.
Yeah, but if you both choose 6, then you both take 6 damage.
And we just die instantly. Incredible.
That's why the compete is such a such a risky move, but it's also great. But you are competing with this if you try to get in Dewdrop's way.
You choose a 6 and Dewdrop choose a 4. You choose 6 for the damage. You both die
I
anyway.
can't imagine how me trying to get in between Dewdrop and Rosette would cause us both to keel over and instantly die. Is the thing.
It's mostly the argument.
You're too fast. You bulldoze into both of you and you explode.
Dewdrop refused to move, so Riley, if you choose to make Dewdrop move out of the way, it would be a compete.
I'm not trying to move Dewdrop. I'm trying to place...
I think if you choose to push Rosette out of the way, there would be no compete.
I wouldn't push her. She's a delicate angel. Not delicate. She's a perfect angel. She's a perfect angel.
I like that you're deciding towards the rabbit that obviously has seen shit and made it through.
I don't care. You're some jacked up weirdo. That's what I see.
Alright.
Come back when you have an ass.
I'm just saying, if you want to stand up to Dewdrop, it will be a compete. Otherwise, yeah.
Pick a number.
I don't know, man. Because, I don't know how to do this without killing us both.
Choose a low number.
Yeah, I mean, you could do speak plainly if you just want to, argue.
I don't know. I'm talking to Rosette.
Okay. What did you say to Rosette?
I'm like, let's get going. Yeah, come on.
All right, well, let me get one more flower for the road.
Absolutely. You take your time, but not too much time.
She leans down, kind of snuffles over a couple different ones to find the best one and nibbles it and picks it up in her mouth.
He waits very patiently.
All right, let's go.
All right, perfect.
So yeah, I assume you guys are hopping your way along. You go past the stream, which is very nice now that you guys cleared it out over the last fall and the rainy season filled it back up.
Yeah, the last summer, and then the rainy season was like, yes, finally.
My husband helped fix the stream.
Yeah, which is nice because if you guys didn't clear that, it would probably be dry by now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys start going across the meadow, and on your way, you see a few animals in the field, just kind of grazing away. It is a goat and a bunch of young billy goats around it, or kids is what they are. Bunch of kids around it.
Bunch of kids!
They're
Very large
kids.
to us.
Well, the kids, yeah, about twice the size of a rabbit, maybe.
At least. Maybe twice the size of Clover. And Clover's huge.
No, a kid is not that big, especially really young ones.
Clover was bigger than baby pigs.
I guess I'm thinking of ones that are a little bit older.
Yeah.
Not like newborns.
Yeah, these are pretty new. They can walk from a pretty early age. See.
Yeah.
The mother goat, however, is much bigger than you guys.
The mother goat is Colossus.
Keep hopping on by.
Yeah. Do you, so she's kind of in your way. Do you try to go around her, or do you just kind of go through?
Dewdrop's an idiot.
Oh my gosh, Dewdrop!
Cherry slowly, puts a paw in front of Rosette and goes, no, let's see where this goes. And quietly hopes, for Dewdrop to get trod to death. He stops Olive, too. He's slower to stop Olive, but he stops Olive. He's just like...
Dewdrop, honey!
No. Let's let this play out.
Dewdrop!
He's the big damn hero. He can handle some baby goats.
Reese, does Dewdrop just kind of keep hopping forward into their grazing area?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Cherry says a quick prayer to the bees.
To the bees. Yep. To the... this mother goat sees you, and she's like, "Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?"
I'm hopping to a new burrow.
Well, you're not coming through here.
And why not?
Because you'll get way too close to my little kids, and I don't need any small prey animals attracting eagles or hawks around here.
Listen to me once. I have fought off a fox and I fought off a cat. It is not very hard for me to just continue on, but I've had an owl swoop down. It is fine. We will just be hopping along. Midday, nothing's gonna attack your kids.
All I hear is you being proud of all these different predators that have come and tried to attack you. I don't want that kind of influence around my kids. And she starts pawing at the ground.
Think of the children!
Dewdrop goes, if I, a rather small rabbit, can hold off that, your kids who are definitely have their mother's tenacity can definitely, especially with you around, could definitely keep that away.
Oh, you're right about me being around. I'm not letting anything get near my kids. And she's going to charge at you.
Oh my god, can I push around? Cherry?
Cherry's gonna keep Olive and Rosette away from this.
No,
and,
I'm gonna do the tooth and claw. It's my one fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but first you need to roll resist panic.
Yeah. This is a 9.
A 9. Alright, you managed to keep together, but take +1 panic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, I'm getting charged, and then...
Yeah.
Tragically, it looks like he'll survive. Cherry doesn't say that.
Dewdrop, definitely gets kind of revving up. You see his little butt shake with that scar? He's, like, ready to kick. He's ready. So, hold on. That's another 9, so we both...
You both take a scar if you don't flee. So,
Oh my
what do you
gosh.
do when this mother goat comes barreling at you with her head?
I would say what Dewdrop does is that he kind of moves off to the side to kick at her legs, but obviously, like, a horn catches. But, like, he definitely kicks. He's basically throwing hands. He kicks at her leg, like, right kind of the joint part, like, kind of knocking down, like, ankle, kind of the ankle.
Okay. So yeah, she gets scratched. She doesn't have horns, because it's a female. But I think she hits you hard enough, to break maybe a bone. So it's not a visible scar, but it's definitely gonna
Oh my
bruise and be a little
gosh.
annoying.
Dewdrop's an idiot, guys!
Oh, that audio was so blown out.
Yeah, and she's like, "How dare you?
Just let us through.
Yeah, how dare you?
You could have gone anywhere around. We were already here first. This is where we are grazing."
You graze here for what? A few days and then you continue onwards. We're trying to get someplace and then you'll be fine.
I'm sure you could take a few minutes to go out of your way without putting my kids in danger.
I don't know, Dewdrop. She makes an interesting point.
I would like to compete with Dewdrop.
Okay, first are you going to try and argue with Dewdrop, or are you gonna go
Nope.
straight into, like, fighting Dewdrop?
Cherry's like, no.
She's basically going to try and do the cartoon thing, like the Looney Tunes thing, of kicking Dewdrop out of the scene and just standing there like an innocent angel and trying to talk to the nice lady.
Okay.
While this is happening, I would like to just walk around with Rosette.
Yeah, I think Cherry and Rosette are kind of just hopping around, and Rosette, every once in a while, Rosette's like, "Shouldn't we help him?"
Oh no, I mean, he clearly has the situation handled. You heard him, he killed a cat or whatever.
No, he said that. He never even
Love
said
that.
he killed a cat. He just said he fought off.
You think Cherry knows and Cherry doesn't care.
Okay, so I guess I should ask Reese, is Dewdrop going to let Olive push him out of the way?
No, he's an
No.
idiot.
Okay, so then this is a compete.
Every time you guys are like, oh, was Dewdrop gonna let? Basically, the answer's gonna be no, because he's an idiot.
I just want to check. One day Rosette will do something and Dewdrop will be like,
Oh, Rowan, I have a -1 to Shrewd. No, there's no common sense in this boy anywhere.
I really should have taken strength. I don't have strong.
well, you don't need it for compete. It's just,
Yeah. Well, I have my number.
I also have mine.
okay. I'm gonna trust you guys not to change it. Say it
Yeah,
aloud.
no. 4.
3.
Ooh.
I win! And we
Nice.
both take 3 damage.
I'm at 4 panic.
Well, that's your fault.
I know, no, it is. That's absolutely in character.
I
Yeah.
think just like Dewdrop is like kind of off balance after having just gotten rammed in the butt by this goat, and so because he's kind of off balance, Olive is able to just come in and slam her body against his, making him fly off to the side toward Cherry and Rosette, and she's just stationed there. Like, her whole left side is going to be completely bruised now. But, like, she sits there just, I'm so sorry, ma'am. We were just trying to get on by. My friend could be a little stubborn at times. We don't mean to cause you any trouble. We're just gonna take ourselves and get out of your luscious fur as quickly as possible. We don't want to cause any trouble with you and your kids.
It's about time somebody finally listened to sense.
I feel like with that, he almost goes all out with sense, and I imagine he moves and then he's like,
Yeah. I think Olive manages to keep pushing him out of the way. We don't need to do a compete for every single moment. Also, I just noticed that Olive has higher panic. What's it called?
I'm a mother of 7.
Olive can take more panic because she has a higher steady.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're almost at full panic, which is not great.
yeah, I'm an idiot.
Let me double check what happens when you.
Keep in mind, I have a marked by the black rabbit.
Yeah, but I don't know if like keeling over in the middle of like a.
Yeah, I think it also just does mean that you disappear for a little bit because we assume you're dead. So you would be gone for the rest of the episode.
I think you guys leave them, and then like they'll pop up later in the episode.
Okay.
I'm still scrolling to see if there's a certain moment where it's like, you have a issue or something. Okay, so it looks like it's only when you reach maximum panic that anything happens. And then help or hinder is what you can do to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also that's another thing to bring up is that help or hinder does not have to be rolled when another player is making a roll. You can kind of roll it whenever, and you can apply it to their panic, not their roll. Which maybe would have been a better thing to do instead of compete, but yeah, future idea.
Because you can hinder. Okay.
Yeah, so like, I guess Olive could have hindered Dewdrop, but let's just say Dewdrop's personality would needed to compete.
Yeah.
No, because I feel like compete is better than what hinder would do, because it gives a negative to a roll or panic, but I feel like compete was better for that.
Okay. So yeah, you guys head on past this little family. And the mother goat is just kind of watching you guys leave. This Karen.
Yeah.
Is Karen?
It is a Karen! Dewdrop was like, we're just gonna walk through, and she was like, but pray, when her kids are like twice our size.
Yeah. She was like, I don't want you influencing my kids.
I don't know, she seemed pretty reasonable to me.
You shut your mouth. What the hell was that, Dewdrop?
Yeah, what the hell was that, Dewdrop?
You shut your mouth, Cherry. What the hell was that, Dewdrop?
What the hell was that, Dewdrop?
I like that they're both like, shut up, Cherry! She was being unreasonable.
You could have gone around. Would have taken 1 extra minute.
It also was just she was being unreasonable and was threatening when there was no need. So.
Oh, come on now, guys. Can we please not argue? It's bad for your health.
You're right. I should keep a level head. I need to go home to my 7 children. All right, let's just get this over with.
All right. And we continue onwards.
In silence.
Yep. So you guys keep walking along, and eventually you see a rabbit in the distance that you don't recognize, and when this rabbit spots you, they instantly go bolting off.
Oh. Cherry, it's your time.
Yeah, Cherry, this is what you're good for.
Alright. Okay, so can you set the scene a little bit more for me?
Okay. So you guys are heading in the direction that you know the other burrow is in vaguely. Given that it's another burrow of rabbits, there's gonna be other rabbits around. you see a rabbit on a hill, and this rabbit, when they spot you, goes bolting off. So you get the impression that this other rabbit was also maybe a scout, just to check if anyone was intruding or anything.
Cherry, raises an eyebrow, but keeps plodding along at a normal pace.
Oh,
I guess we're not getting any welcome committee.
Well,
you didn't get a welcome committee at our place?
No, I just got Dewdrop.
Well, we don't need to be quick to judge. Maybe they're just going and telling everyone to get the party started for us.
You know what, Rosette? I appreciate that outlook. You're so optimistic.
what a wonderful way of looking at it.
Shut up, Dewdrop.
No.
I killed Dewdrop.
Oh no! You pull out a knife.
You don't even have a move for that.
I have the move for that.
Actually, though,
I draw
If
a
you roll
gun
to
on
compete.
Dewdrop.
Oh
honestly, if Cherry rolls compete on Dewdrop, there's a high likelihood
Yeah.
that Cherry could kill Dewdrop.
Cherry kicks Dewdrop off a bridge.
This is the Burrow.
no! Oh no! It rolls credits.
This is the honey song.
Okay, jokes aside, yeah, Cherry isn't gonna, run after the guy or anything, because that would just make them more suspicious and afraid. Cherry knows that, you ought to play it cool, and then be mean later, once you're in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
As they're moving towards where that other rabbit ran, Olive just plods up next to Cherry, kind of limping a little, and she's like, Cherry, what would be so bad about another burrow? I know it's like your whole Burrows thing of being the last burrow, but why would it be bad to have another burrow?
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. Rabbits die. We are the bottom of the food chain. Just about any living creature, at any distance from us, at any point of time, could quite easily kill us. Something I'm sure Dewdrop is very aware of. But the thing about that is, there's strength in numbers. If we want rabbits to survive and to be safe, rabbits should gather together. There is higher chances of rabbits meeting other rabbits, having more rabbits, and that way, without rabbits being separated and finding reasons to fight each other over food or land, and separating each other and lowering the birth rate, if we're all together, agreeing on how resources should be shared and not fighting and multiplying in harmony, then rabbits live. But when you get uppity and you move into a new area and you see that there's already a community of rabbits based just around the bend and they have all the good grass, what do you think happens then?
Maybe start up a trade?
Maybe. Or maybe you'll start to look a lot more like beautiful over there. And he gestures at Dewdrop's ass. It's nothing against them personally, and frankly, I admire their ingenuity and determination. But the fact is, they're going about it all wrong, and they're splitting us in half. They're dividing us, and they're putting an additional strain on resources.
I appreciate your honesty. I do want to put in some food for thought. If all the rabbits are all in one place, it would be easier for predators to find us, and trust that we will all stay in one place and be food for them.
More rabbits means more diggers. More diggers means deeper holes.
Predators can dig too.
Not all of them.
Foxes, specifically, are very good diggers.
Oh, well, then we'd have you, wouldn't we? You fought off a fox before. I'm sure you could take another crack at it.
While I am here and sturdy, I won't always be around. After when I'm gone in the far future, there's obviously going to be something that comes in, and there's not going to be as many daring people as me.
Dare I say, by the honey song, despite my best efforts, I'm sure there will always be more dewdrops in the world.
Thank you for the compliment.
Cherry size.
Look, if Rosette and Dewdrop are able to mate and have kids, they will have the most beautiful, most dumbest, most powerful babies ever.
Over Cherry's dead body.
Hey Mark Experience listeners, it's end credits time. I know you love hearing this part, but I like to remind you guys that you can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, and even TikTok. And if you like to buy the music, you can buy it all at markexperience.bandcamp.com. We also have a constantly growing collection of merch at redbubble.com/people/mark-experience, where you can buy posters and shirts and stickers and all that. If you want to support your favorite editor and musician, you can head over to my Ko-fi account at ko-fi.com/Jamie Remy. That's spelled JAMIEREMY. Mark Experience can be located basically anywhere podcasts exist now, so you can listen wherever's easiest. See you next episode!